Go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Okay. Do you remember how much do you remember of Dragon Ball GT?
Um, I know about enough to have a concrete opinion on it, but not a whole lot. Like
Okay,
I'm
so
like I'm aware of it and like I can have a good discussion on it, but like
haven't
it's been
you
a minute since I've seen it.
aren't you the one who said that the Shadow Dragon saga is your favorite saga in all of Dragon Ball, including Z and the original Dragon Ball somehow?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure on that. That's listen, me and Mo Diggity just did the Dragon Ball arc tier list. We spent like almost 6 hours on it. Shadow Dragon was in S tier, but several things were higher than it, as I think should be. It is a top tier arc, but
Of course.
it, it's a top tier arc, but it would to put it up against the Frieza arc or the Cell arc is the equivalent to Hydrogen Bomb versus Coughing Baby.
I don't know. I think the only one that rivals it is the Future Saga from Super with
That's it,
Zamasu.
you just made it more insane.
Those are the top two.
It's just the original Toriyama story is so much better than any of that. Frieza and Cell walk on both of those arcs easy. But anyway, GT.
GT.
So what I've what I've started to think about in GT. So this all started last night. I've been playing this game for a while. This mod, not to be confused with Sparking Zero, the real Budokai Tenkaichi 4 that is coming soon. There is also a Budokai Tenkaichi 4 mod that is rather popular. It is a Budokai Tenkaichi 3 mod. It's really fucking good. They just added in like a bunch of the new transformations and new super characters and stuff, and they're all added in exceptionally well. They added super story missions, and those actually work and are good. It's a really good mod. So I was playing Budokai Tenkaichi 4, the mod, and I played the GT part. And I played the Super 17 fight where all the Saiyans try to stand up against Super 17 that aren't Goku because Goku's absent and they get their asses kicked.
Okay.
And you start that fight as Vegeta. And playing that fight made me remember the dialogue from that scene. And the more I think about it, the more I think of other moments too. GT simultaneously treats Vegeta the best and the worst he's ever been treated in different ways. So Vegeta is treated brilliantly in terms of his character development. That's what I've more and more things are stacking up. Vegeta's character in GT is fucking brilliant. It's it's the logical progression where he learns more and more to be part of the Earth culture. He Vegeta is now the he gives this speech when he's standing against Super 17. And the implications of that speech are that Vegeta is now so invested in the planet Earth as his home that he declares himself, he considers himself the sole protector of the planet Earth. He has declared it his responsibility to protect Earth. He's fully invested. He's the Prince of Saiyans, but he sees Earth as his home, and he stands against Super 17, and he fails miserably because it's Dragon Ball Goku time. That's how they treat Vegeta poorly in GT, is that he never wins a fight or comes even close.
Yeah. I mean, they've always done him dirty though.
They've always done him dirty, but usually he gets a vanity fight usually. Like
Yeah.
he got Android 19, he got second form Cell, he got to explode against Majin Buu, which wasn't really it was a vanity fight in that it made him look really good as a character, even though he failed at
It
killing
made
the
him
bad
look like
guy.
a father.
Yeah. And in GT he just gets his ass kicked every time.
Well, you're also forgetting he got his vanity fight, his rematch fight against Golden Frieza in the movie
Oh yeah, well that too.
in
I didn't
Resurrection
name
F
all the
Saga.
I didn't name all the Vegeta vanity fights. There's also his rematch with Goku Black is pretty vanity fighty.
A little bit, but
Because he just shows up. He shows up after getting his ass kicked the first time and is just like, I'm way stronger than you now, get fucked. And kicks his ass.
yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
So,
Where are you
but
going with this?
well, the main point I was making, we kind of got into some side tangents as a result, but the main point I'm making is just it's so they did so many good things with Vegeta throughout GT. His character was so good. Do you remember the scene? I believe it's the baby arc where people from Hell start to come back. And I don't remember
No,
what.
I think
Maybe it
that's
was Super
Super
17.
17.
Super 17. It is
Yeah,
Super
yeah, yeah.
17, right? In the Super 17 arc, when people start coming back from Hell, there's a scene where Nappa comes back. Do you recall this?
I don't remember anything of Super 17 arc. I
Okay,
know who
let me
I know the characters. I don't know the story
fucking
whatsoever. I do need to
brilliant
rewatch
moment.
GT.
They showed Vegeta's character growth in the perfect way by bringing Nappa back. Nappa's back from Hell. Nappa's full on like feral. He doesn't even speak, which is kind of a missed opportunity. He just growls. But the point of the scene is that Vegeta finds Nappa, who's like freaking out and like destroying a city or whatever, and is pissed to see Vegeta, of course, because he wants his revenge. And Vegeta's like, "Hey man, why don't you skip town?" Just get out of here. Like, but don't fuck with me. I won't fuck with you. Just leave. And then Nappa tries to attack him, so Vegeta obviously kills him. But the fact that he saw Nappa alive again, and instead of just dealing with the problem, he's like, it was kind of a dick move how I killed you the first time. Why don't you just skip town? The fact that he's gained empathy throughout his growth and now he sees his old partner and he's like, maybe I don't have to just execute this guy. Maybe he deserves a second chance.
Did he kill Nappa?
He did. That was like that's how he demonstrated how cruel of a character he was, is that he killed his friend because he was paralyzed.
I need to rewatch Dragon
Yeah,
Ball.
Goku kicks Nappa's ass so bad that he just is paralyzed and can't move anymore.
Oh,
And
so he puts
Nappa's
him out of his misery, basically.
Yeah, Nappa, no, but like he could have been healed in like a Frieza healing pod. He wasn't fucked.
Well, yeah,
So
but
Nappa's
Vegeta's not going to waste his fucking time with that.
That's what I'm saying. Nappa's like, "Hey, Vegeta, help me. I'm kind of fucked here." And then Vegeta's like, "Sure, buddy. Let me help you up." It just fucking blows him up. But yeah. So he tries to spare Nappa. He gives that really powerful speech against Super 17. Another way he shows his character development is the fact that he's the one to suggest fusion against Omega Shenron. He understands the circumstance and he's fully ready to swallow his pride before even Goku thinks of it. That's really good too.
See, that's why this Shadow Dragon saga is the best.
Yeah, and funnily enough, it seems like the Super 17 saga, the only thing it had going for it was what it did for Vegeta's character. It just sucks that he could not even come close to defeating Super 17.
Yeah, I don't
Or
remember
anyone else.
anything. I need to rewatch Dragon Ball.
You should.
I will at some point. I mean, like, I'm working on Big Bang Theory right now, but I know I'm not going to watch all of it.
Yeah, Dragon Z and GT specifically are very easy to rewatch because GT didn't have much filler to begin with, and Z has Kai now. But the original
Yeah,
Dragon Ball is kind of full of filler.
I might watch DBZ Kai or Dragon Ball Kai. I don't know if there's a Z. I think it's
Well,
Dragon Ball Kai.
it's
I know
called
it's
Dragon.
DBZ, but
Yeah, it's called Dragon Ball Kai in Japan, but it's only the Z arcs.
yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Eventually.
I've been reading the Z arcs again. I bought a couple 3-in-1s at my local bookstore.
See, I don't have time to read.
The manga reading takes much less time than anime watching.
Yeah, but I can't play on my phone while I'm reading manga.
God, you're a fucking zoomer.
Says the 22-year-old. Fuck off.
Yeah, but I don't fucking dick around on my phone. I do sometimes, but it's not. I don't require the ability to do that. If a god came to me and said, "Hey, I'm going to take your phone while you watch this anime," I'd be like, "All right, cool." That's not a part I need.
Hmm. See, I got ADHD, so I can't pay attention.
You're a silly goose. But yeah, a shame that Vegeta is treated so well, only to get his ass kicked at every fight, and to be the villain of the first arc because he gets his body stolen.
Yeah, that's
Poor
rough.
Vegeta. Poor Vegeta. I wanna see more. This just makes me thinking about this. I just want to see more post end of Z Vegeta. Like perhaps the manga will take me in that direction where like the end of Z kind of symbolically is the representation of Vegeta finally fully and completely acclimating to the planet Earth. Now he has like a normal human being outfit that he wears, and he's just like he's all the way there. That was kind of what they were doing with him at the end of Z and then into GT is like now he is an Earthling, and the fact that GT takes it to the extreme that he is such an Earthling that he now considers it his responsibility to protect the Earth alone, regardless of Goku. The whole thing is like, that Goku guy, very unreliable. So I know that I gotta be ready if shit goes down. I am the sole protector of the planet Earth because Kakarot just runs around and fucks off all the time. So I gotta be ready to do this shit. And he thought that he was, and then Super 17 showed up and proved him wrong.
I definitely need to rewatch it. I know I'm repeating things, but there's not much I can. Anytime you're talking about GT, I gotta rewatch it so I can actually join in on the conversation a little bit here.
TFS is currently watching through GT and doing like commentary videos. I'm watching those. It's been pretty fun.
Okay. Anyway, you want to
They're
start the
they're
show?
not that far in. That's not where I got this Vegeta tangent. I played that video game and I was so inspired by his dialogue, and I was just like, wow, this is not the only incident either. He's just a really good character in GT. There you go. That's my cold open. Welcome to Detour Head. I'm Riley. Here's Alex.
What up? I'm 4 beers in. Dick Masterson's. I pushed it. I pushed it too hard. So
Yeah, 3 beers, Alex.
3 beers is what you need to do anything. I pushed it one more, so I apologize.
Definitely don't drink 6 beers. I think that was the number. There was a 3 beers bit in My Name Is Earl as well. Dick Masterson is not the inventor of the 3 beers, and there was a bit in one of the very early episodes of the sitcom My Name Is Earl where the dumb younger brother rather Randy is sent in to trick. So there's a guy that Earl has to help because he's on his "I did bad things to you" list, and they can't figure out where he lives. So he hatches a scheme to have Randy pretend that because it's a guy he knew in high school, so he has Randy pretend that he's putting together a high school reunion so that he can get the address. And the conceit of that bit is that Randy here, he's a really good liar with the right amount of beers in him. 3 beers seems to be when he's doing perfect. And then he goes in there, and at some point, the police show up, and he comes running out of the house. And then Earl's like, well, it takes, but if he has more beers, it's kind of rough. How many beers does it take for him to get in trouble? I think 6 is about the number. And then you cut back inside to where the father offers him another beer, and he says, "I would love a beer," and and he drinks more beer in there and gets in trouble. So the 3 beers joke is not a Dick Masterson original. I think that's a
Should I just
ancient
switch to
proverb.
should I switch to liquor? Would that make this podcast better?
Maybe
If I switch to whiskey?
you had to drink Wild Turkey. You had to drink the
Oof.
Dick
Oof.
Masterson, the Dick Masterson standard.
Oof. I don't know about that one. I can
That
do
motherfucker.
bourbon. I can do like a glass of bourbon, like real classy. But I don't know if I could do wild turkey.
That motherfucker's just sipping down wild turkey like it's fucking
I can do
water.
modern Dick Masterson and only drink IPAs, even though they're disgusting.
That's true. I also have a friend who drinks IPAs and they are
Oh,
gross. They're
rough. They're terrible. I drink
pretty
beer, like
bad.
light beer. That's all I drink is light beer. That's all that I need. And wine. We haven't had a chance to do
Oh,
this. I
you
haven't
are
had
a
a
white
chance to do
girl.
this podcast on wine. I haven't been in a wine mood lately, so we'll
Get white
see.
girl wasted. You know what I'm saying, dog? Hell yeah, Chardonnay.
Ooh, no.
Getting
I
it
do
down.
that sweet ass Moscato, baby.
Moscato, let's go. Get it down.
It's funny. Three
You
beers
should
will
drink.
push
You should
me
drink
right to
tequila.
that.
That's the white girl drink, right?
Oh, God, no. Please.
You don't like tequila? I thought all
No,
white girls like
I don't
tequila.
like fucking tequila. I don't like tequila at all. It's good if you mix it, but straight to tequila is terrible.
So mix it up, girl. Put it in some stuff.
So my birthday was a month ago, right?
True.
Uh our past guest, my friend Rach, finally found like a good time for her and her parents, so we're going to go out to dinner tomorrow. All right?
Ooh.
I find out today, like an hour ago,
Yeah.
from her other friend because so now I have a feeling you remember how I couldn't do Friday, or it was either Friday or Saturday nights where I would cancel, reschedule or whatever. We had problems with scheduling on my end because I was going
Sure.
out to the bar with Rachel and her friend.
Yeah, I recall this.
And you also know I haven't said anything about that in like 6 months, right?
Uh, yeah.
It's because I told him I don't like doing that and I don't want to do it. Well, I find out an hour ago that we're fucking doing it tomorrow.
Wait, so what were you doing?
I'm going to dinner with Rachel and her parents for my birthday. It's
Yeah,
a
well, yeah,
month
that
late,
part I know.
and then
Yeah.
her and her friend and I are gonna go bar hopping.
Oh, bar hopping. Gotcha.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'm trying to keep an open mind because as of right now, it feels like her celebrating my birthday is more for her than it is for me. So I'm like, I'll swallow my pride a little bit and be like, all right, well, you need this more than I do. So
Okay.
be the bigger person, be a good friend. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. If they were planning my birthday party and they said, let's go do this thing that I don't want to do, I'd probably be like, maybe not.
I don't know. We'll see
I
how
don't know.
tomorrow
Your
goes.
birthday is kind of the one day where you don't have to go like they need that more than me because you get what you want on
Yeah,
your
but my
birthday.
birthday was a fucking month ago, so it doesn't really
Yeah, but
matter. My
it's not.
birthday
But
has
it's
passed. If it was on my birthday or the weekend before, I'd be
but
like,
it's a
well, let's
birthday
do something I want to
celebration.
do. But like,
Birthday celebrations, birthday rules apply, even if the birthday celebration is delayed.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how tomorrow goes. Anyway, um, we got the solar. I know we talked about this last week, right?
Yeah, the solar eclipse is coming in 3 days, right?
On Monday.
Yeah,
You do
three
anything?
days.
You do anything fun for that?
No,
No. Oh well,
no,
you don't have a total this year.
no. I don't know what I have this year.
You have a
Neither
partial
do I
solar eclipse.
care.
See, I have a total solar eclipse this year.
Well, look at you, fucking fancy pants over here.
Did you have a total last year?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to
Or
the
not
fucking
last
eclipse.
year.
I've never looked at an eclipse. I've never made any plans
Well, you're
related
not
to the
supposed to fucking
arrival of
look
an
at an
eclipse.
eclipse. You'll go
Yeah, you
blind.
are. You gotta get the glasses.
Oh, see, you had a partial as well last year. Or in
Hmm.
2017, I should say. Last time.
Last time. Yeah.
That went from Oregon down through South Carolina.
When I was the ripe age of 15.
Now, as I showed last year, or last week, Jesus Christ. Um, yeah, as I showed last week, we've got it going through basically Houston to Cleveland through northern Maine this time. So, damn, that sucks. So I mean, it's still gonna happen for you. You're still gonna get a partial. I think you're sitting at like maybe 60-70% coverage. But I mean,
Yeah,
it's still
maybe
cool.
maybe it was a total, I'd care a little bit, but like even then, I don't really care.
I mean, total is like once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah, which is why if it was a total, then perhaps I might be interested in making plans, but it's
I
not.
think
So
so. Work is all of Northeast Ohio is pretty much shut down on Monday after 12 o'clock for the solar eclipse because we're looking at like millions of people coming here from like out of state and everything to witness this because they're marketing it as a once in a lifetime opportunity,
you
once in a
think the
lifetime
businesses would
event.
be you think the businesses would be chomping at the bit to sell to the tourists?
People aren't interested in the businesses. The businesses open up the following day when people are still around checking out Ohio.
Fair enough.
You close early for the eclipse, people spend time with whatever they're doing that day, and then the following day, either they go fuck off back to where they came from, or they stick around, and that's where you open, is the following day.
Fair enough. I suppose your logic checks out.
Yeah, my logic always checks out.
Does it?
Always. Anyway, um, I've got that going. Work hasn't been that bad this week. I didn't really do anything
Good.
this week.
Nothing?
I made up
I don't
with
know.
my convention friends regarding my birthday, and I figured out why that was all a whole big shit show. So,
Ooh, tell me the update on the tea.
apparently it was my fault, and I don't really want to get into it.
Oh, you shouldn't have admitted that then. Please elaborate.
I don't really want to.
Well, Alex, I have bad news for you. I'm not letting it go.
Look, I will explain more off air. All
No,
right.
you can get if there's details you have to conceal, then go ahead and conceal them. But I would like to hear on air how you fucked up.
Person A and B were fucking up. I inserted myself into that situation and made it worse for persons A through Z. That's as vague as I can get. There was some friend drama going on, and I inserted myself where I was not needed, and I kind of fucked it up a little bit.
Ah, okay.
I stirred the pot.
And what, they just decided to ghost you over it for a while?
Like I said, I'm keeping this vague because if I say anything more, then I don't want to get anybody else involved. I want to just.
I don't want to hear names or personal details. I just want to
That's as
know a
vague
little
as
bit
I
more
can
about
get
the
without putting
circumstance.
personal details in.
Well, we don't know who these people are. You could say
I
person A
sided.
did
I
this.
in it. A and B were fighting with each other. I sided with B.
Okay, so you came into the chat and you made your position known on this drama, and it was in favor of person B. And
Yes.
then person A and persons C through Z decided to ghost you and cut you out of your own birthday party?
No. No. A and B are fighting. B is friends with me and everybody else. B, me, and everybody else completely ghost A for about 6 months.
Okay.
Everybody, including me, except for B, reconcile with A back in January. I guess it made it seem like I was taking A's side and not B, who I stood with for all that time.
Hmm.
So then B and a couple other people ghosted me after January, and that's what happened. But now we're all good.
That's petty and gay,
I mean,
and you should
I
make fun of
shouldn't have
them for it
inserted
until the end of
myself into this
time.
situation in the first place. So, anyway, things are fine. Things are a little rough, but the next convention I go to in in June in June things will be fine by then. Things will be fine by then. They don't listen to this podcast anyway, so.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so I figured out why everybody ghosted me. I'm still kind of pissed about that cuz I'm like, well, you know, you could have said something. Or not even just tell me what I did wrong. Just say happy birthday. I'm like, that's what I was mainly upset about.
Yeah, to fuck you over on the party and then decide like a couple weeks later, okay, now we can like forgive her. That's stupid and gay and bad. Your friends suck, is what I'm saying.
I know. But yeah, so that happened this week. I got 2 more Pokemon pops.
Oh boy, more pop figures. So fucking exciting.
I got Umbreon and Apom.
Alex, I want you to, for me, I need you to. You probably already have this catalog. You have a fucking app to catalog your pop figures, don't you?
Yeah,
That app has like price ranges, right? How much is your collection worth?
little over 6K.
That's absurd.
I need to update it. I need to go through now that all of my Funko Pops are on display. I need to go through and because I've been getting rid of some and I've gotten rid of some in the past. So I need to go through and like adjust it. So it's probably around 6K though.
Yeah, if I had those pop, if I in my youth had collected that amount of fucking pop figures, I 100% would have sold them for money by now. $6,000 for those soulless little bug-eyed little fuckers. Take them, man.
I don't know, man. They look cool. You'll be here eventually. You'll see.
Yeah, I'll see, and then I'll take all your Funko Pops and run. I'll change my identity and move to Mexico with all the money I'll get from your fucking Funko Pop figures. Get ready for an El Detour Ahead podcast starring Riely and his co-host he finds in Mexico. Coming soon.
Look, I'm not getting rid of them. I gotta go through some. I just have been putting it off for a bit.
It's my response when you talk about how much you love your Funko Pop figures.
There's no mother's milk, so that's fine.
You got to get a mother. You got to get a whole shelf of mother's milks.
I don't have the space for a whole shelf of fucking mother's milk.
You need to every square inch of your house that is not currently occupied should be occupied by a Mother's Milk Funko
Just build
Pop.
a house out of
Build a
mother's milk.
fortress out of Mother Milk, Mother's Milk Pop figures. That'll be Vito someday. Vito in his darkest time will just be living in a box, in a cube made out of stacked up Mother's Milk Funko Pops.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Very yawny today. I'm having one of those weird yawning fits I have where it's like silent yawns and they just keep coming.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, dude. Yawns are the worst.
Yeah,
Even talking about it makes you want to yawn too.
that's true. It's like you talk about yawning or you yawn and it just makes everybody else like, now I feel like I want to yawn though. But
How about you?
I've been
Oh,
following internet drama this week. It's not Dick Masterson related.
is it
Except soon it will be.
oh no. What happened?
The Lol Cow podcast has fired their editor in a big public spectacle.
Oh. I thought you were gonna say Boogie died or some shit like that. I was
No,
gonna be like,
well,
oh shit.
everybody says Boogie dies all the time. That's for the longest. I swear to fucking God, for years, I just thought Boogie was a YouTuber who died because it's a meme to say Boogie died all the time. So I just saw that before I knew who Boogie was, and for years I thought he was dead because I just saw a rip Boogie meme and thought it was genuine. I thought this Boogie 2988 man had unfortunately passed away, and that's just what I knew about him for years, and I found out I was wrong. I found out I was wrong when he debated Dick about the Mandalorian on Andy Signor's show. I was like, Boogie 2988, didn't that guy die? But no, Boogie's still kicking around, and
Unfortunate.
unfortunate. And there was a public spectacle. So there's been drama with the Lolcow podcast editor for a long time. I know Dick really hates it, but I am a Lolcow podcast fan. I am almost completely caught up. I had been listening to the new episodes every week for a while, and I just caught up on the old ones, or am almost caught up on the old ones. And the relationship with that editor has been tenuous for a while. They had an argument on the podcast because the editor didn't make YouTube shorts and forgot to upload the podcast to Spotify for 2 weeks. And him and Keemstar fought on the podcast. And the resolution of that is that he had to accept lower pay for that pay cycle because he just didn't do his job for 2 weeks. And Keem really wanted to fire him that day, but Boogie, Tommy, and Wings were like, hold on, wait a second. Maybe we don't need to fire the guy right now. And they kept him around. But I guess recently, the editor went on to Bo Black's live stream. It was talking shit about Keemstar. And then Keemstar showed up. And because Connor, the editor, interrupted him too much and called him a retard, he fired him. And everybody's kind of clowning on Keem now because Connor is saying that like even in the beginning, like even Keem said that like Connor needed to be able to be like part of it and able to talk shit. But then he just talked shit too well, and Keem got offended and fucking fired him. And Keem made a response video where it's like, you can't talk to your boss that way. Show me a job where you can talk to your boss that way. Everybody's like, Keemstar, it's a fucking internet drama podcast. It's different than a fucking Wendy's. And Keemstar is like blocking big people who are like associates of his. He blocked fucking Bo Blacks. He's blocking. He's seething. Keemstar is the lolcow, which is a fact that people are seeming to just now understand.
Keemstar's always been the lolcow.
I know. Somebody said I was on Twitter and somebody said Keemstar is slowly becoming he said Keemstar is slowly becoming the lolcow. So my response was, becoming? Slowly? Yeah, Keemstar is a lol cow, but I think he's good radio, that Keemstar. That's what I'll give him. That's my weird hot take about the lol cow podcast is a lot of the criticism of it is that Keemstar has forced himself in. I think Keemstar like makes it work. I think Keemstar is great radio. I think Keemstar is good at fighting with Wings and Boogie in an entertaining way. I think Keemstar is an element that show needs and is good for. Whereas everybody else is like, why did Keemstar force himself onto the show? Keemstar should stop being a host of the show. I think it works because of Keemstar because he is a lol cow. But he's like the opposite kind of lol cow that Boogie and Wings are. So they clash in a very fun way.
Like your autism versus my autism kind of deal.
Yes. So yeah, I think Keemstar is the reason, not the reason that show works. I think the episodes without Keemstar are fine. I don't mind that Keemstar's not on every episode, but I think Keemstar is a good addition, and it's weird that everybody is criticizing his role on the show. But he is a pussy for firing his editor because he called him a retard on Bo Black's live stream. But at the same time, and I said this on Twitter, I tagged Lolcow Live hoping maybe I might get a response, but I did not. But one of the main criticisms I've seen of the editor, and a criticism I really agree with, is so Lolcow Live does 2 shows a week. They do a pre-recorded show and they do a live show. And the live show, the live stream archive is members only, and then they edit it into a podcast episode. And the way I understand cutting the fat, they're consistently cutting like 70% of the live stream.
70%?
There'll be like a 2.5, 3 hour live stream, and the podcast that comes out will be 45 minutes. Because it's just like ADHD jump cutting, and like I understand trimming the fat a little, but it's a podcast. There's supposed to be like a discussion happening. Just because the conversation's a little long-winded doesn't mean you have to slash it entirely. And the thing is, I don't know if that's Connor making that decision or if that's Keemstar saying that the live streams need to have all the fat cut and be like this little contained 45-minute episode. Part of me feels like that's Keemstar's call, so I don't want to blame Connor for that. But if that is Connor's call and the new editor is not doing that, then I'm all for him being fired because I hate how the live episodes are edited. But if that was a Keemstar call and every editor does it that way, then Connor should have his job back.
So does that mean they're just cutting all of Boogie out of the podcast for the 45 minutes?
No, but they should. That should be how they cut it, is just cutting Boogie.
You said trim the fat, so I figured Boogie was no longer in it.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Because Boogie's a fat fuck.
Although I think right now Wings weighs more than Boogie does.
Get them both out of there.
Yeah, we need new
Put you
cows
on there.
You know what? I'd do it. I'd talk to Tommy C and Keemstar. I think that'd be pretty good. They could get better lolcows in there. They need to have Maddox on. I can't believe Boogie didn't ask him on that live stream.
They're not going to put Maddox on the show.
Why? He's a lolcow.
Maddox is too occupied. That's not what we need. We need Maddox and Eric July to team up.
Have they teamed up already, or is it an AI thing they just posted on the channel?
It's just an AI shit.
Oh, okay. I didn't click on it yet, so I don't know.
No, they have to team up.
We need the Maddox and Eric July crossover for sure. But I want, separate from that, I want the whole point. Not the whole point, but one of the bits they do on the Lolcow podcast is people who are considered lolcows will come on and talk about why they're not lolcows. And usually Boogie and Wings will be like, yes, great. So I just want to see Maddox go on there and try to pass his bullshit narrative, and for Boogie and Wings to suck his dick, and then Tommy C to fucking rip his throat out. Because I know that's exactly how it would go down. Tommy C, or I guess Keemstar if it's a live episode.
Yeah, that could work.
I think it would be perfect. Or just get Dick on and let him shit on Boogie.
I think he's done shitting on Boogie, though.
But not he never gets to shit on Boogie to his face. If they pulled him on the Lolcow podcast so he could shit on Boogie to his face, that'd be funny. He literally just needs to talk. He needs to do to Wings and Boogie what he did to Matt Jarbo, like the Pizza the Hut bit. Just do that again. Not exactly. It can't be Pizza the Hut again, but a similar bit where you just like describe how fat they are in a very creative, silly way, and just really hammer it in.
By the way, that YouTube video that you were talking about,
Yeah.
the one they just posted, it's just
Which
a
one?
clip. The biggest problem video.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's just Dick and Vito talking about this guy Link on Twitter said you should really get with Eric at Eric D July about this. Fanboy and Tubby have been messing with him for Fanboy and Tubby have been messing with him a lot this last year. And then Maddox replies,
Yo, at Derek T. July, let's talk. Yeah,
it's just a clip of that. It's nothing new.
I want it so bad, Alex. I want it so bad.
We need it. We need the Legion of Autism, the Legion of Doom.
Get Eric July on the lolcow. Honestly, let me be real with you. The lolcow podcast should just like suckle off Dick Masterson's teeth a little bit. I want to know what Boogie and Wings think about Eric July. I want to see Eric July go on there. Then I want to see Dick go on there and talk about how stupid Eric July was when he went on there. This is they
someone
should
more famous than you.
Exactly.
That's what I did.
Boogie and Wings are I just want to see them. I want to see them be on Eric July's side and then get shit on, which is probably what would happen.
I mean, yeah. Anyway, a little less interesting than what we were talking about, but you have anything to update people on about your life this week?
Not really.
You go to a strip club. You go on some hot dates.
If only. If only.
Nothing interesting.
Nah, just regular data.
How's the Pitbull
here's the Pitbull's fine. I've walked by him a few more times. He's behind the fence again.
What's his name?
He's living his life. I don't know.
You gotta learn his name, buddy.
I don't know the people. I've never met them.
Get to know the people. That's how you make friends.
I don't make friends.
I like your dog. What's his name?
I like your dog. I like your dog that wants to kill me. He's really cool.
Yeah.
But I had a weed-induced panic attack last night.
Oh yeah? I thought you quit that.
No.
Why not?
Because I didn't. But
you should.
What happened? Fuck you. What happened was.
No thanks.
I was in my room and I was on Discord talking to Mo Diggity and Crow Royalty on Mo Diggity's live stream. And I started hearing noises. And I was like, wait a minute. Is someone in my house? And I'm sitting there all freaked out thinking there's someone in my house. And Mo's like, there's no one in your house, dude. And Crow's like, no, there's definitely someone in your house. Like, it's just like the whole bit of Mo's trying to calm me down. Crow Royalty's doing the opposite of that, trying to be funny. And I'm standing there and I just start hearing like these really loud noises. And I'm like, this sounds like this is coming from in my house for real. But like, if it was a guy, you'd think he would hear me talking and like come in here and fuck with me. I started to think there was like a dog that had broken into my house or something because there's just like really loud noises going on. I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck is happening? And eventually I finally worked out the courage to leave my bedroom and I realized there's absolutely nothing going on in the house, but I keep hearing the noises and they sound like they're in the house. And I kind of analyzed the sound a little bit more and exactly where it was coming from. What I realized was I think there was something on the roof, but I was too scared to go see what it was. And I just went to bed and I woke up in the morning and nothing happened. But it sounded like there was some sort of like animal on my roof. Probably fucking around. That could be.
I was taking a shower earlier today and I had music going, but I forgot to turn notifications off.
Yeah.
So I think it was Rach that was texting me. I'm not sure, either Rach or Penguin. So I'm hearing the ding, 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 and then I hear another notification, which apparently was Facebook, but it
Hmm.
sounded like it was on the other side of the apartment. And I was like,
What the fuck?
no, 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 no,
What the
no.
fuck, dog?
It's not the first time I've been fucked with while I was in the shower. I don't want to have a second time. I don't want to deal with that shit. Don't bother me while I'm in the shower. Kill me afterwards. Don't make any sounds. I don't. That's a later problem. Let me enjoy my shower. When I hop out, then you jump in and go, yeah, 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 and then just stab the shit out of me. Let me enjoy my shower first. I gotta get you a ring light, buddy.
Yeah. Birthday present.
When's your birthday?
The 14th. Next weekend.
Oh, next weekend?
Yeah.
I'm busy that weekend.
Ah, shit.
I know I said I wasn't gonna eat on the podcast, but the popcorn's
I'm
gonna go
t-
cold. I'm sorry.
I'm turning Taylor Swift age.
Oh shit, you're old.
Yeah.
Anyway, you want to jump into our topic, or was there anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, I'm about good. I'm excited. Oh, what I forgot to mention how this soon will be Dick Masterson drama is apparently Connor is calling into biggest problem tonight. So that'll
Really?
be yeah, so that'll be interesting, and I wonder if that will lead to Dick being pulled onto Lolcow to have an argument. That would be it's exciting. I want to see how this develops.
More drama. Perfect.
More John. I just want Dick to go on there and yell at Boogie for how fat he is. I just want it so bad. However, it has to happen.
Who do you think he's gonna yell at more, Wings, Boogie, or Keemstar?
I think he'll get in his jabs on Wings and Keemstar because he has to not look like a hypocrite. But I think most of his material is going to be Boogie.
That makes sense. Can you imagine if Matt Jarbo? Well, actually, Matt Jarbo's not even part of the Autism League anymore.
Yeah, Matt Jarbo's cool now. We like Matt Jarbo.
Um, no, we need Null. We need Null, Eric July, Maddox, and Boogie. I think those are the golden four.
The Autistic Four, not to be confused with the Fantastic Four. The Autistic Four. Can somebody make that? Can somebody make a Fantastic Four movie parody Photoshop where it's the Autistic
What
Four?
would their powers be? Maddox would have the power of editing.
The power of very slow editing.
Boogie would be
Eric,
fat.
Eric July can summon forklifts at will.
Their legion of autism is going to be in the warehouse.
But Boogie's powers work similarly to how Choji works in Naruto.
Yeah, that makes sense. What about
uh,
Null? Because Null's fat
Null,
too.
no, Null is too pathetic and weak to fight. He's the guy in the chair. He
Professor
knows,
X.
yeah, he knows
Except
what
not
he,
smart at all.
yeah. He has information on all of their enemies, but the information is wrong. So he's just completely useless. I say this even though Null is actually probably the most competent person of that four. He's just
Oh,
very
of course. He's
misguided.
just very exactly, exactly.
Poor Null. He went to the dark side.
But anyway, you want to move on?
Sure.
What are we talking about today? We actually have a topic today for once.
We're talking about Nintendo 64 video games.
What
How
is the
about that,
Nintendo
folks?
64?
It is a Nintendo console. Came out the same generation as the PS1 and the Sega Saturn. And that's it. I don't know why I thought there was something else. Xbox wasn't around yet. And it's got some video games on it. and you could play them.
All right.
64 bits. 64 whole bits.
Whole bit.
Nintendo had 8-bit. Super Nintendo had 16-bit. You go to Nintendo 64, 64 whole bits, bro.
Now, we can cover a lot of games, or we can cover like maybe two and still fill up the exact same amount of time.
Yeah, we could talk about A, we could talk about Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time, or B, we could talk about the rest of the N64 library.
We could cover a decent amount of time with Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 and Pokemon Snap as well.
That's true.
You could talk about original Smash Bros. You can cover Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, Mario Party.
There's plenty of options. I'm just saying the two that you can talk about that would fill a whole podcast is Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time, because they're like some of the most influential games to ever exist in history.
You know what? So I googled N64 games just so I have like a decent list of what we could talk about today.
Sure.
I think we should talk about Smash Bros. Ultimate.
A great Nintendo 64 game.
It's a great. For some reason, they went back to the N64 back in 2018 and was like, "We're gonna revamp original Smash Bros. Put it back on there." Nobody has this console anymore. Nobody does it. Nobody cares about this one. We're gonna put a new.
Are you talking about Smash Remix?
No, on my Google list,
Hmm.
the Switch game Smash Bros. Ultimate is on there for some reason.
Oh,
I was doing a
that's
joke.
really strange.
It's the only one. You see 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, and then 2018.
I got confused because there is actually a mod that updated Smash 64, and it's actually really good. I thought you had been like tricked into thinking it was official because of how good it was.
No. But anyway, out of all these games, which one do you want to talk about? Which one do you want to start with?
Well, I mean, I guess I already kind of sucked their dicks. So I guess I'll start and talk about Mario 64, the obvious one. Perhaps the most influential game on the console. Definitely the most currently relevant game on the console, for sure.
Just because of all the speed runs that they do on
All
Twitch,
the all the speed runs, there's a whole community. There's ROM hacks up the ass of this game. Demi Gloom, famously on Largest Issue, she so badly just wanted to talk about how much she loved Super Mario Star Road, which is a Mario 64 ROM hack. That for our show, Largest Issue in the Galaxy, where she has to talk about issues, she made her issue not Super Mario Star Road.
What is Super Mario Star Road?
It's just like a ROM hack of Mario 64 with like new levels and shit.
Oh, okay. I saw another one where someone coded it for Waluigi.
Yeah, there's definitely Super Waluigi 64. There's a whole shit ton of mods.
There's Super Sonic 64 as well.
That's true.
Where you go
I've seen
fast
Super
as
Sonic
shit
64.
and you can't do anything.
Yeah, a little rough, a little hard to navigate. There's also the opposite. Somebody modded Mario 64 Mario into Sonic Generations with Mario 64 Mario physics.
Really?
Yes.
The modding community is great. I love the modding community.
Yeah, because the thing about Mario 64 is just like a year or two ago, the source code leaked. So now, like, the internet has, like, they can do whatever they want with Mario 64. Because that's... I don't exactly know the details of how that works. I don't know the logistics, because it's like once you have the ROM and you can dump it, it seems like you would have access to everything. But I guess the source code is something in particular that's harder to get a hold of, and if you have that, then you can like easily port it to other consoles and like use that for different shit. And I guess that the source code got leaked, so now people they've ported Mario 64 to every console imaginable. They've done all sorts of silly shit, including taking all of the physics of Mario 64 Mario and putting him in Sonic Generations.
Wild. Now, have you played?
Very hard to play, in case you didn't realize that would be the case. That game is not built for Mario 64 Mario.
Have you played Super Mario 64?
Yeah, I've never beaten it, but I've gotten pretty far.
How far?
I think I got stuck in the
How many stars?
mm, somewhere in like the 40s, I believe. So I think about halfway or a little bit more than halfway.
So my problem with this game, it's an autistic problem.
Sure.
Uh, Same thing with the new Kirby game that got released. You know the one where Kirby turns into a car
Yeah, I
on the
have a copy
Switch.
of that. I have a copy of that one that I have to pay $17 for the rest of my life because I'm too incompetent to know how mailing works.
What?
I signed up for GameFly and got that game, and now I just can't figure out how to send it back. So I'm just paying for GameFly for the rest of my life. I'm not even sure I know where it is anymore. I can just keep the game. Once I have enough money, I can just do keep and buy the game and then cancel my GameFly. But I have been slacking on that.
Okay. I'm not even gonna dive into that right now.
You can
So
make fun of me. This is a comedy show.
it's a comedy show. I don't have it in me to make fun of something like that. It's like you're just handing me insults and you're like, "All right, read them. I don't mind." And I'm like, "Well, it's not as fun if I'm not coming up with them, you know?"
If you're not coming up with the shit that I did,
No, if I'm not coming up with the jokes, but you're making it too easy.
Jesus. Yeah, no,
Anyway,
I gotta figure my shit out. I gotta see if I can find it, and see if I can figure out how to send it back. And if not, I just need to fucking buy it and close that account.
that's exactly what you should be doing.
I know. I've just been a slacker.
What, lately or always?
Well, I mean, I only got the GameFly membership and got the game in January.
How much money have you wasted on this?
The I've paid $17 monthly fee twice, so like 30 something bucks.
Okay, so at what point did they just go, "You've given us enough money, just keep the game"?
That's not how it works. You're paying to rent the game. You can buy the game, but you have to like pay out for it.
That's asinine.
Because the service is that you rent the games and then you send the game back and they send you another game. That's the economy. But instead of sending the game back, you can choose to keep the game and they will sell it to you at a reduced rate.
Oh, okay. See, I just buy my games 'cause I'm rich.
Yeah, you see, I'm not rich. Gamefly seemed like a fascinating service before I realized how annoying it is to send things back through the mail. So now I'm just stuck with this Kirby game, paying a monthly premium for it, and
How is that Kirby game? Do you enjoy it?
I don't know. I've only played it for like an hour. The face palm is real here.
Motherfucker.
I got bored.
Play the game. Go on stream and play it.
I can't stream it. I don't have a capture card.
You're like $30 on Amazon.
Oh, fuck you. My computer's not good enough.
Get a new computer.
Oh yeah, sure, buddy.
Go steal one.
Let, let me just fucking leach into my never-ending barrel of money. My Breaking Bad
Go work the
millions of
corner.
dollars in a barrel. And I don't think anybody wants to pay for a blowjob from your boy. I feel like there are better options out there.
I don't know about that. You got to go to the inner city. That's where you get the real money.
Okay, okay.
I tell you with experience.
But yeah, Mario 64 fucking invented 3D platformers.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Really, really well designed game that will stand the test of time forever. The art style is very fun. I love low poly aesthetics. I know a lot of people are like the whole of Nintendo 64 is ugly, and like I guess I understand objectively where you're coming from, but I dig a low poly aesthetic. I'm a
Now,
fan.
did you get the The port that they did, Mario All Stars or some shit with Galaxy.
I did. I have that.
I do too. What'd you think of that? Was that an improvement on the game? Did it make it worse?
No, it's the same. It's just an emulator.
A
It's just
lot
so
of
you can
people
have those
complained and
games
said
on
that
your
they made
Switch.
it worse because it's a lot harder to control. What the
Uh,
controls are very wonky with on the Switch.
I've never really noticed that. I guess Mario 64, did they stretch it to 16 by 9?
Yes.
Okay, that's probably people are probably pissed about that. Uh yeah, I don't know. It just seems normal to me. I've had no problem with it. I mean, I slip and fall all the time, but I just figured that was me because I'm bad at video games.
Well, yeah.
Maybe it
I
is the
mean, we all
Switch's
know you're
fault.
bad at video games.
Maybe it could be the Switch's fault. Maybe I'm good at Mario actually. No,
No, I don't think so.
because I've played Mario 64 on emulators as well, and I'm subpar.
Since you have that, if you had a capture card, you know what would be a cool idea?
What?
Race to beat the game. Like a speed, not speed run, but like kind of a speed run.
A speed run, but none of us know any of the strats, and we're just trying to beat the game faster than the other one.
Exactly. I think that'd be a cool idea for a video.
That could be fun. I feel like it would be too long. I really like the the procrastinators did something kind of like this. They had the procrastinators races. I think they only did like 4 or 5. But just to make it a more manageable YouTube video length, they'd like set a parameter. Like they wouldn't play the whole game. They'd be like, okay, we're gonna do this race. The first one of us to get to this part wins the race. Like I
So,
think they, I
so
think,
if we did Mario 64, it's first to like what 20, 30 stars or something.
yeah, maybe first to like the second or third Bowser fight or something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So long, gay Bowser.
They took that out, by the way.
Oh yeah, they took that out in the Switch version
Can't
because
believe,
it's the. Oh, the
can't
Switch version is
believe they
different because
took it
it's
out of the Switch.
the Switch version is different because it's the Shindo version or whatever the fuck.
Yep,
Yeah. So the backwards long jump is patched out, and the game sounds different a little bit. They got rid of
that's
So
why
Long,
people
Gay
were
Bowser.
pissed
Yeah.
because the BLJ was gone.
Because they can't be LJ and they can't So Long, Gay Bowser.
Don't fuck with the games, man. Don't fuck with the games. It's not that hard. Just port them. Still
Well, they
waiting on
were just
Pokemon.
porting it. This is not. They didn't invent a new fixing of Mario 64. They tried to fix Mario 64 2 years after it came out, and they ported that version. And it turns out people weren't really into that version because Mario 64 is primarily popular in America, and it never came to America.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense though.
Somebody's like, "Where the fuck's my backwards long jump, you motherfuckers?"
Have you ever tried speedrun strats on the 64?
No.
Have you tried speedrun strats for any game?
I've not any game where it's like actual like strats. I started playing around with the path for Pokemon Yellow. I started like during school hours back in high school. I would like I would just like look at like the path and like what you were supposed to do, and I would kind of like practice the first part of it, and like I was kind of starting to train myself on Pokemon Yellow speed running, but I kind of just got bored.
I was a couple years ago. I was training myself on Minecraft speedruns.
Mm.
I kind of want to get back into it. It's been a while since I played Minecraft.
Minecraft speedruns seem like way too RNG
Oh, it's
ish.
100% RNG. You have to load up, get a good seed. If the seed's bad, you immediately restart.
So is Pokemon, I suppose. That's the same thing with Pokemon speedrunning, is you're going for certain encounters and certain IVs, and if you don't get them, then you just reset.
Yep.
That's why I got so annoyed. Like before I understood how speedruns work, I would like be annoyed in Pokemon speedrun chats about how often they were restarting. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Do you
Just
have
fucking play the
Minecraft? Can
game.
your laptop run Minecraft?
So I have Minecraft. I tried to run it and it was not working, but I was running it with a bunch of mods that Odin sent me. I think Odin might have sent me a bunch of texture packs that my computer can't handle.
Can you
So I got
handle base Minecraft?
what?
Can you handle base
I
regular
don't know. I
Java
haven't
Minecraft?
tried. I gotta figure it out. I own it. I gotta
Do you
figure out
want
how
to
to
do a
turn
let's
them.
play of Minecraft?
What?
Do you want to do a let's play of Minecraft?
No,
Why not?
I don't like Minecraft.
Jesus Christ. Minecraft is cool. We don't even have to run it forever. We can just run it for a couple episodes and just hang out. Let's go build a house, kill some zombies,
I'm just not that into Minecraft.
or do it for like a live stream or something.
I guess I do it, but I'm just like Minecraft's never been for me.
Dude, I used to be super into Minecraft, man. It's great. It's a great game.
I wanted to play Pixelmon and it didn't work, so I was defeated.
I don't think I can help you there.
That's the only thing I've ever wanted to do with Minecraft. Ever since I was a kid, the only reason I ever wanted Minecraft was so I could do Pixelmon
Where'd you learn
because I
about
watched
Pixelmon?
just on YouTube,
From
just like
who?
YouTubers I liked would play Pixelmon. Probably it was probably Smosh. They were doing Craft and they did Pixelmon for a while.
Um, let's see. Did you ever play Kirby Air Ride? No, that's a GameCube game. Never
It's
mind.
a GameCube game.
Jesus Christ. We talked about this earlier too.
Yeah, how you wanted to do the Nintendo 64 episode because of Kirby's Air Ride, which is not a Nintendo 64 game as it turns out.
How's Majora's Mask? Have you played that before? Or Ocarina
I've
of
played it a
Time?
little bit. I've never gotten that far at all in a Zelda game. Well, I think I got like halfway through Link to the Past, so I guess that's something. But for the most part, I haven't made much progress in any Zelda game. I've played a little bit of Majora's Mask. I've watched plenty of Majora's Mask. It is definitely a very high regarded entry to the franchise. It has a lot of interesting stuff going for it, a lot of like unique elements when compared to the rest of the Zelda series. It's kind of like it's a weird egg, but it pulls that off in a very good way, as far as I can tell.
I wish they would put it on the Switch.
It is,
Majora's Mask?
yeah.
Since when?
Since they put Nintendo 64 games on the Switch, Alex,
No, no,
it's
no,
on
no, no,
there.
no, 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 no. That's behind a paywall. I'm not paying that.
Okay, well, sorry.
I want a remake of Majora's Mask. Is that fair? Because they did Link's Awakening, and that was great. I loved every aspect of that game with
They
little
already remade
chibi
Majora's
Link.
Mask for the DS, 3DS, and I don't think it was very good.
No, you got to update it with like HD graphics and shit.
No,
Why not?
because the low poly aesthetic is cool.
Okay, then I want to see them. I also want to see them remake some of the DS games that they put out,
That'd be cool.
like Phantom Hourglass or Spirit Tracks.
I'd love that there's a Trains Zelda, and I would like for it to be remade so it's not a touchscreen only game.
Oh, I absolutely loved those games. I beat them twice each. I 100%ed Spirit not Spirit Tracks. Spirit Tracks is like at 95%.
I played Spirit Tracks like on console for a couple hours. This is a very early story in my friendship with Jason. This was back in our school bus era. I actually borrowed it from him, and I played it for a little bit. It was interesting. It's a Zelda about trains.
Literally, yeah, it's about trains. It's great. Phantom Hourglass, it's Zelda but with a boat.
The thing is, they really like trains in Japan. I don't know if you know that. That's probably why Spirit Tracks exists. Japan loves fucking trains, bro.
But see, what they did,
they
I'm pretty sure Spirit Tracks is a sequel to Phantom Hourglass though.
no, I believe they take place in different universes.
I don't know about that, homie.
No, because the Spirit Tracks Link is his own hero. He's the hero of trains. All the links are the hero of something, and there is a hero of trains, which is just Spirit Tracks, I believe. I think Phantom Hourglass might be in the same universe as Wind Waker.
Spirit Tracks takes place at least 100 years after the events of Wind Waker and Phantom Hourglass.
Okay, so it's the next generation. It's Link Jr.
Yeah, so it's a sequel, but it's not. You
Yeah, it's
know?
a sequel, but it's not the same Link.
Okay.
It's Link Jr.
Because I'm pretty sure in Spirit Tracks they made a reference to Linebeck, the captain of the ship from Phantom Hourglass.
Yeah. So it's a sequel, but it's far enough in the future that the Link is a different person.
Yeah. Man, those boss fights were fucking terrible.
I don't think I ever made it to a boss fight. I don't think I made it that far.
They're rough. That's something because those games came out and they never did anything with them. Like they never
I
remade them.
I just can't do Zelda because I'm bad at puzzles. Like I always have to look up the fucking ice puzzles in Pokemon. Like I'm so fucking bad at puzzles and I'm so bad at navigation. And all Zelda is puzzles and navigation. So I'm just in a bad place when I play Zelda. I have a huge artistic appreciation for Zelda. I like watching Zelda Let's Plays and I like hearing people who like Zelda talk about what makes it great, but I can't play it good, so it doesn't do it for me.
I will say if they're running through like the games in terms of remaking it, kind of like they do with Pokemon. We had Link's Awakening. I don't know
Next would
which
be
one's
They've
next.
remade all of them. Next would be Breath of the Wild
No, Phantom
in
Hourglass
terms of
and Spirit
3D games.
Tracks, they haven't
But,
touched those at
but
all.
no, but they're remaking 3D games mostly besides Link's Awakening. In terms of the 3D games, they've already gotten them all because
Except
they did Ocarina and Majora's on the 3DS, and then on the Switch they did Wind Waker, not Wind Waker. On the Wii U they did Wind Waker. On the Switch they did
on the Wii U,
uh
they did Twilight Princess as well.
oh, that was Wii U? I thought that was Switch.
Was that Switch?
They might have done it on Switch too.
No, it's
But
on the Wii U.
it's on the Wii U. Okay, so they did Twilight Princess and Wind Waker on the Wii U, and then they did Skyward Sword on the Switch
And Link's Awakening.
and Link's Awakening.
Where's my Spirit Tracks and fucking where's my boat and train?
I kind of want to play Skyward Sword. I remember one of the unfortunate cases of lost media in my YouTube channel's history is there's a one-off video of me and Jason doing a Skyward Sword Let's Play, like at his house on my channel that you can watch right now. But the unfortunate thing about it was that was actually one of 6 episodes we recorded that day, but Jason lost the other 5.
You should
So
start it
now it's
again with the HD one.
That's true. Not with him though. He doesn't like me anymore.
No, start it again. Do your own thing.
Yeah, maybe. I'd like to try Skyward Sword again. I was having fun with it for the time we played it. I think I was playing. I was either having fun playing it or having fun watching it. I think I was playing. It's been too long though. It was a long ass time ago.
You should go back and make all the same jokes you did back then, but now.
Just say all the same lines and just like, but anytime Jason talks, it's just dead air. So it's like I'm talking to like a schizophrenic delusion.
Get somebody else to do his lines. You'll do a faithful recreation.
A faithful remake of
A faithful remake of your old content.
just like the fucking Mexican ointment commercial that Drake Bell did, where he just like did a scene from Drake and Josh, but with a different Mexican guy who was not Josh Peck. Just the same exact scenario, but just like a different second guy.
Um, let's see. Did you play any other games on this 64?
I mean, plenty. There's Mario Kart, F-Zero,
You
fucking
played
Mario
F
Party.
Zero? How was that?
I played it a little tiny bit. It's fun. I fucked around with it. It's a racing game, I guess. It's kind of hard for a racing game to be anything more. Like it's just a game where you race. It's definitely inspired. The visuals are cool. I like the characters and the designs of the vehicles. I think it is a very good racing game, but I don't know what really the appeal is beyond racing game. But yeah, Mario Kart as well. Mario Party, which Mario Party 2 specifically, I have on the Wii U Virtual Console, and I actually had a big Mario Party social event a couple of years ago. I invited some friends over and we played some Mario Party. It was a good time. It was me and my work friends at the time. One of them bailed, lame guy, but the other ones came, and we enjoyed some Mario. It actually worked out anyway because there were supposed to be 5 people there, so it's just gonna be like I would have had to stay out of the game and then just like take last place's controller, and then just they would not be part of the second game. So I guess it worked out that we had 4 people there. But it was fun. Had a good time. We locked my cat in the room for a while. He wasn't amused. Not the current cat. I think Gabby would be totally fine with that. But Steve was just like, I want to leave.
You locked Steve in the room?
Yeah, because we just wanted to have him there. He was cute, so we just locked him in
How
there
is
for a
Steve doing? Do
while.
we have a Steve update?
Steve's fine. Actually, I hadn't seen him. He will just disappear for like long periods of time, and then he'll just show back up. And I hadn't seen him in a couple weeks, so I was like, huh, wonder what's going on. Then this morning he was up on his perch waiting for food. So Steve's all good.
That's good. Any new battle scars?
No new battle scars. I actually, and Gabby now just lives outside. That transition. She doesn't even like us anymore. I don't know what it is. She doesn't come home. She just she hangs out with the fucking neighbors all day, and she never
Oh,
comes home.
that's okay.
I don't know why. She just likes the neighbors more than us. I don't get it. I
Probably
think
because you're constantly talking all goddamn day, and when she goes meow, 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 you go, shut the fuck up!
that is true.
You don't love her enough, so she ran away. She
I
found a
listen.
better
I
family.
I yell at her to shut up, but that doesn't mean I don't love her. Okay, you aren't privy to the cuddling that occurs when I'm not trying to do a podcast and she's screaming in my ears. That I'm very affectionate toward that cat. But she, I think she feels betrayed, is what it is. We kept kicking her out of the fucking house, and then she's like, "Okay, I get the message. You don't want me here," and then she just fucked off, and I feel bad because I think she has like some sort of weird spite for us now. She doesn't like try to avoid me when I show up, but like I'll pick her up and I'll bring her home, and then she'll just immediately leave again. So yeah, she's just for the streets, I guess. I guess she was a. I was under the impression she had been an inside cat her entire life, but apparently she was a stray for a long time before she was an inside cat. So I suppose she's used to this. I just I feel bad. I hate it. I hate that Steve is an outside cat, and I was glad to finally have one that actually lived in my house. But it just shit everywhere and wouldn't shut up. So my mom fucking kicked it out, and it just I think it has spite for us because we kept kicking it out, and now she just hanging out with the neighbors. She doesn't even want us anymore. I'm actually like really sad about this. My fucking cat just doesn't care about me anymore. The fuck?
You need to change the subject before you cry,
I'm
baby.
not gonna cry, but I am sad
Oh,
that
you
my
gonna
cat doesn't
cry?
want to hang out with me.
You gonna cry?
I just want a pet who's not an asshole, doesn't have a fucking chronic shitting disorder,
Get a
and
dog.
yeah, I know.
Go get a dog. Go
I'm
outside.
not
Go steal the
allowed.
pit bull.
Yeah, just take him.
Just take him. Be like, you're coming with me. Let's go.
Come with me. I want to. My friend has a dog that I want so bad. I haven't been to his house in
What
years. I
kind?
don't even know if I don't know if that dog's still
What
alive. I
kind?
don't even know what
What kind
kind.
of dog?
I don't know. I don't know what kind it is. I don't know.
What does it
I
look
have to
like?
ask him. He's like a little. He's a little fluffy dog.
How
He has
small?
he has long
No.
floppy ears.
You don't get small
Small.
dogs. You gotta go for big dogs.
Nah, bro. Small dogs all the way.
See, that's because you're
Small
fat.
dogs, small shit.
They won't shit if you don't feed them.
That's the number one argument. Small dog, small shit. But no, that dog is adorable. She's a little fluffy baby. She's got big floppy ears. She'll do this thing where like I'll sit there and I'll pet her. And then if I stop petting her and I put my hand down on the couch, she'll start trying to like boop my hand up with her snoot. So I'll pet her more. It's great. It's very cute.
Go convince your mother to get a dog.
I really wish I could.
You
I
can.
got fucked. I got fucked. Here's what happened. I get fucked by bad pets. The bad pet experiences ruin my chance to have good ones. Fucking so my mother so like fucking a year ago at this point, maybe more. Somebody asked my mother to puppy sit their husky. I believe we were doing Detour Head at this time. So I've talked about this husky before.
You've
But
definitely talked about the husky before.
we dog sat this husky. We were supposed to do it for like a week. It turned into like more than a month. And that dog destroyed our house. She had a separation anxiety we didn't know about. So we left her alone in the house, and she bit through my mother's door. She bit through both of our doors, actually. My mother's much more severely. And she also refused to go to the bathroom outside. She would only do it inside. She would go to the bathroom inside, and then we would take her outside for like hours, and she just wouldn't do it. So we got the worst fucking dog who destroyed our house and a constant, and it took like a year and a half for that door to get fixed. So my mother's looking at a constant reminder of the destruction this dog brought in its wake for all of time. That ruined my chance. If that dog had behaved and we enjoyed its presence for that time, I could have been like, okay, we need a dog. And maybe I could have fucking done something with that. Or maybe we would have just kept the fucking husky. If it was behaved, the woman obviously was trying to pawn it off on us. Maybe we would have just kept it. But no, it had to be a fucking terror dog who mortified my mother. So now, of course, we're not going to get a fucking dog. And then we get this cat, and it fucking shits everywhere.
Just don't bring animals in your house anymore.
But I want to have a pet that doesn't suck.
Move out.
That's fair. When I move up there, we got to get a pet.
Move
We
out
got
now.
to
Go live in the
we gotta get
go live in the backyard. Start camping.
yeah. We got to get the Detour Head mascot to get a dog.
No, the mascot will be my dog
Did-
Cooper.
Oh, do you have a dog in your apartment?
No,
Oh, okay.
I ain't paying $200 for that shit. Fuck you.
Wait, you have to pay an extra $200?
If you want pets in your apartment, yes, it's called a pet.
That's
It's called a pet deposit
that's gay.
because pets cause damage, so you have to pay extra.
That's
In
pretty
all
gay.
apartments up here, you have to do that.
That's very gay.
It's not my dog; it's a family dog. It stays with my parents, but if they go out of town, I watch him for the weekend. I bring him over here. He doesn't like it over here, but
No. I don't know why. I have such bad luck with like with the exception of my dog, my old dog, she was great, but other than that I had pretty bad luck with pets. Like my first cat, my mother loved him and I'm glad she had him because she she did really bond with that cat. But the thing about that cat was he developed a relationship with my mother, and my father was able to charm him. But anybody who was not my mother or my father, that cat hated, and that went double for me. That cat was not a fan of me. I had a lot of cat scratches in my youth from trying to fuck with the cat and him having none of it. I had a tenuous relationship with that cat. Then we got our second cat, who was a sweet little kitten named Smokey, who I loved very much. But it escaped the house when we weren't home and died of heat stroke on our porch. So that's the unfortunate story of that cat. I don't know how that happened. I don't know if my mother left the door open. I don't know how, but in some way, the baby kitten got out of our air conditioned house into the hot Florida sun and died of heat stroke on our porch. So the that's unfortunate. Then we got a cat that I named Cloud, from our neighbor who just rescues animals all the time for fun. And that cat hated me. And then I hated it for most of the time we had it, because it was in my room when I had just gotten one of the very few gifts I've ever been sent by my father since he moved away. Was an Xbox 360, and I had just gotten this Xbox 360, and I had just gotten the Bakugan game, which I really like the Bakugan game. I used to have it on the DS, and I'm a big fan of it. And the console version is just the same game, but it looks way better. So I really wanted to have the console version of the Bakugan game, and I finally had it for my new Xbox 360. And I was sitting there playing my Bakugan game, and this fucking cat's in my room, and it knocks the Xbox over. And a fun fact about the Xbox 360 is because of how the laser reading of the disc works, if you knock over the Xbox while the disc is in there, it fucks the disc up. So my Bakugan game broke. So the hatred with this cat became mutual. And we kind of just were rivals as we lived in the same house together.
Yeah, but you still got Steve though. Steve's cool.
That's I'm going through the cat history. We'll get to Steve. Steve has his own series of problems, trust me. But
Now, real quick.
This cat. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
The story of Cloud is eventually he was also an outside cat. Most of our cats are. They kind of just like leave out the back door when we have it open, and then they just kind of go live their little cat lives. And unfortunately, that presents risk to them. And in this case, poor little Cloud was on the wrong side of the street on the day that the SWAT team raided a house down the corner from us for drugs. The SWAT team ran my cat over.
You sue him for emotional damage?
Cloud got fucking swatted. No, because we didn't actually know that they did it for sure. Like we didn't see it happen, but like it was kind of we put the pieces together because we were like, okay, so we found our cat has now been found, ran over dead on the street over in this general area, which happens to be the same area that earlier this morning was raided by the SWAT team. I think the SWAT team ran our fucking cat over. So that was the end of Cloud. And the next cat after that was Steve. Steve was a stray cat who it was Thanksgiving break 2019. I was just hanging out at my house, and I went out my back door, and suddenly there's a cat there, and he's rubbing up on my legs. And I'm like, hey, little guy. And I bring him inside. I thought it was a girl I thought Steve was a girl for like the first few weeks we had him, actually. And so I brought the kid in the house. I fed it. I bothered my friend Noah. I spam called him until I woke him up from his sleep to bring cat food so I could feed it. And then I was like, okay, I have to. This is game plan. I'm in the like sitcom scenario where this cat is in my house. And when my mom gets home, I have to convince her to let me keep him. And fortunately, I think what really tipped the scales is that my mother's ex-boyfriend, who was not an ex at the time, came home before she did and was immediately on board. So I had an ally in this fight. So my mother came home, and kind of the conclusion that we came to is that he would kind of be our cat, but we would let him continue living outside, and we would just like feed him and let him in sometimes. And that's kind of the relationship we have with Steve. And Steve, I regret not trying to turn Steve into an inside cat, because we found him and he was an outside cat, obviously, but I'm pretty sure he was very young. So I think we could have housebroken him, but we chose not to. And now he is fully for the streets, and he has lost all affection he has for people over the years. When he was a kitten, he was affectionate, and then a few weeks in, he started biting. And the relationship for a while was Steve would let you pet him, and he would purr, and then he would decide he was done and bite you, and that was what Steve would do. And then eventually it got worse. Like he would just bite you for no reason. And eventually he stopped even purring when we pet him. And now it's just we kind of feed him, and that's it. He's just an
That's
animal
sad.
we feed. So yeah, Steve just hates humanity. So he's a lost cause. Then there's poor sweet Gabby, who I love very much, but she has an unfortunate problem where she can't control her shit and just shits everywhere all the time. So my
Could it
mom
be the
kicked her
food
out.
that you were giving her?
So partly because I think that is true. I don't know what the neighbors are giving her, but there was one day where she had been outside for a while and hanging out with the neighbors, and I brought her inside, and I left her inside, and she shit as I figured she would because she always does. But it was a lot more solid and normal than usual. So I guess they found the right food to give her or whatever. But like, because we were giving her regular food, and we would give her regular food, and she would eat it, but she's shitting everywhere. Obviously, we tried giving her like digestive care food, and like that did make her shit better, but she just wouldn't eat it. Like only in the most desperate of scenarios would she eat it. And I don't know. I don't know what they're giving her now. Maybe I should ask them, but I'm very antisocial, and they probably also aren't thrilled that my cat is just their cat now.
Communicate.
But
There
comedic
we
cat,
go.
exactly.
You lost the custody battle. It's all right.
Yeah.
It happens.
We'll see if they try to take. Apparently, there was a similar scenario with our first cat, the one I described, who loved my mom and was okay with my dad and hated everyone else. I guess he kind of had like a second house, like he was an outside cat, and he kind of bonded to another family. And like they moved, and they asked my mother if they could take the cat with them. And I guess she like considered it, but she was like, "No, I'm kind of too attached to this cat for you to do that." But I just find it funny that they had so genuinely bonded with this cat that they found it appropriate to come over and just be like, "Can we just like take your cat?" That I feel bad. I think the last time, so cats will like run away to die usually. Is the thing. And the only cat that I've had long enough for it to die so far is that first cat. And it did run away, and then we never saw him again, and he was old, so we just assumed he died at some point. Uh, but I remember like our final, he would go missing for a while and then come back and then go missing again. He went missing for a few months. We thought he was gone. And then one day he showed up, but we had gotten a dog, and he did not like the dog and quickly left again. And that was the last time we saw him.
He
He was
probably
like,
saw the dog and was just like, "Fuck this, dude. I'm not going
yeah, he
back
was like,
here."
who's this fucking dumbass little puppy over here in my house? Fuck this. Yeah, Dixie, my old dog, is the only perfect pet I've ever had. She's a sweetheart. She did all of her business outside, in our backyard. She would go outside sometimes, and then we'd let her in and we'd pet her. She was sweet and great. But unfortunately, she we couldn't afford. We reached a position where we were cutting corners financially, and my mother's boyfriend was not being very nice to her, so we got rid of her. And I miss her dearly, and she has since departed from this realm.
Okay.
I love how Nintendo 64 cats the cat Nintendo 64 cats Nintendo 64 cast became pet cast.
Yeah, I was gonna stop you because we already did Animal Cast, but
Then you didn't do that.
no, I didn't think it was necessary.
That's fair. I feel like I don't know if I look like a fucking idiot on camera because I keep like visually disassociating because like I'll look at myself and that'll freak me out, so I'll start looking at you. But for some reason, my brain won't let me keep looking at you because I feel like I'm at a weird angle. So at some point, I just kind of like my vision just fades altogether.
I mean, if you can, you can click on the you can click on the
I
individual
can click
person
on okay,
to
so I can click on
minimize
you to
you and
me.
maximize me.
Yeah, you're right. This is actually a lot better.
Is that a lot better?
That's a lot better. I didn't even think of that.
Cause see,
You can't do that because of how you're recording, but I have the power.
so anyway, I don't really have anything else.
Well, I mean, we barely talked about Nintendo 64 games.
We can bring it up as another topic another time. That's the beauty of Detour Ahead. We did Pokemon
Okay.
6 times.
You,
We can
you
do
just want to watch Biggest
N64
Problem
too.
live, don't you? You
Huh?
son of a bitch. You just want to watch Biggest Problem live, don't you?
Oh shit, I didn't even know. No,
Okay.
I'm tired, bro. I'm so tired. I'm trying to keep I was eating the popcorn this episode just to keep myself awake, but I don't know. I'm tired.
Is this a bad one or is this weed anxiety again?
No, it's just you
How do you feel about
anxiety.
this one?
It's just you anxiety.
Okay.
You're fine.
Well, folks, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to Detour Ahead.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Detour. Yeah. USA. USA.
All right, if you haven't already been listening and or watching on the Culture YouTube channel, you can find it over there, COLCHU. You can also, if you are on YouTube and you want to switch, you can find us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Spotify, you can also find the video too.
You know where else? You know where else they can find us?
Where?
Patreon.com/Detour Ahead.
Woo! Yeah, give us money. Give us the capital. Just give us money and then you can prank us into having to pay it all in taxes. That's the YouTuber curse.
Yeah.
I can't imagine having to do that. I'm scared of making it as a content creator because they have to save a bunch of their money because they just have to pay a bunch of it in taxes every tax season because taxes are not taken out of income streams from YouTube and Patreon and shit. So they have to pay taxes out of pocket.
Yeah.
I know about this because of the PCP. They're all poor and talking about how they have to pay taxes soon. But folks, you can go to linktr.ee/Riely Cinematic Universe. That's Riely, Cinematic Universe, for all your Riely content. Subscribe to Big Dad Little Guy. If you're into YouTube, you want to see some Let's Plays. Me and Andrew, currently we're playing through Super Mario Sunshine, and they're doing a Pokemon Emerald Nuzlocke. So you tune in every week for 5 videos. And it's pretty good. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Check it out. And many more.
Riely Podcast Mega Feed. You're supposed to yell.
No, that's old. Well, it's not old. It's still active. You can go there. You want to go. That's in the link tree, and you want to go there because that's actually where you can find. Thank you for reminding me, Alex. Because we have another
Megazord
podcast.
Radio.
That's not where you find Megazord Radio. We have another podcast, Alex.
Largest issue in the galaxy. I got it.
Yeah, that's our other podcast. But yeah.
Stop fucking with your hair, Jesus Christ!
The what? I'm just supposed to let it fall in my fucking eyes.
About this.
It doesn't work. What you're describing is not functional for me.
I'm gonna reach through this fucking screen and strangle the shit out of you.
What are you trying to make me do here?
Take your headset off. All right.
Okay.
Take your headset off.
Well, I can't hear you when I take my headset off, so I have to see the rest of what you're doing.
Yeah. Push your hair back, and then push it back with the headset. This needs to push your hair back so it doesn't sit in your face. Okay. Now take your headset and go like this. You got to bring it forward, not put it in the butt behind. Whatever. Fuck this. I'm not dealing with this. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching.
Yeah. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
And we will see you all next Wednesday.
Yeah, motherfucker.